You got blue in the hoodum,
What?
blue in the bottom,
Yeah, yeah.
blue in the
Yeah,
wall.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Giving you a slice of unapologetic conversation. Welcome, welcome, welcome to Straight to Tape. My name is C. Perry II, the Mr. Fantastic of podcasting's Fantastic Four.
Yeah.
First, the comedian, professional joke slinger, Tico de Gallo. What's good, Tico?
What's going on, people? Y'all live it, and then y'all try to talk it, and then y'all try to post it, but then I look at it, and then I laugh at it because that's what I'm doing.
Stunting for the
Word,
camera. Stunting for the
word.
camera.
Stunt in front of the camera. We love it.
And if you didn't know, I heard Prince had hairy ankles.
Bruh, listen, bruh.
Stop it. Stop it.
You in this obsession with Prince's damn extremities and shit and the hair.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying, bro? What is it, bro? What is it, bro?
It's got to be some type of issue, bro. It's got to be some type of issue for
Well, at least he off. But hold on. Last
explain
year,
yourself, bro.
he was on Tom Hanks, though. So, you know what I'm saying?
Don't
Prince
bring that
ankles,
back,
Tom
please.
Hanks. So,
It's all a connection. It's all a connection.
Of
Have y'all
course-
noticed that Tom Hanks is only starring in movies all by himself now?
All right, look.
All right.
Of course, we have our social media assassin in the building. Ladies and gentlemen, it's my man, Rob the Actual. What's good, Rob?
Man, I'm in the building. You know what I'm saying? Listen, bro. Yo, we about to talk about this Freaknik documentary in a few minutes, man, because a lot of y'all are feeling seen on social media.
Yeah, big
You know
time.
what I'm saying?
Big time.
A lot of y'all are feeling seen, and we're gonna help you. We're gonna help you out. Yo, man. Hey, if you're watching the John live, man, you know what I'm saying, go ahead and drop a react. You know what I'm saying? Give us a heart, a laughing face, an angry face. We don't care. Shit.
Yeah, but really. And just
Just
look
react,
at it this
man.
way. Just look at it this way, ladies and gentlemen. If you're having some problems or feeling some type of way, we're here for therapy. That's what we're here for. We're here for therapy. Now, if you notice, the First Lady of S2T, the quintessential hip hop mom, Keisha with a Y, is not with us this evening. She will be in the comments section. So, joining us, of course, is our favorite permanent guest host. He's the host of Intelligently Ratchet, which you can catch on Wednesdays, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, right here on Facebook Live, on YouTube, and on Twitch. He's rapper, comedian, hostess with the mostest. Ladies
And
gentlemen,
extra on the Woo Saga.
very true.
Hey,
Bishop Omega. Bishop Omega.
I just want to point out before you say anything that Perry Lightweight calls you a hostess. Just a
a
second.
host is
did.
right,
He
though.
It meant like a hostess cake, like a Twinkie.
Right.
It gets weirder by the second. It gets
Yeah,
weirder
Really?
by the
most
second.
Really?
very,
Y'all gonna really? Y'all just gonna swing me out there like that? Really?
Pretty
Hey,
much.
listen. P is
You
low
cooked
key
yourself
hating
on
on
that
me.
one.
You know what I'm saying? Called me a hostess and winked at me. You know what I'm saying? I don't like it. I don't like it. You know what I'm saying? I'm so glad we're not in person. We're not in. You know what I'm saying? And don't call me Twinkie colored. I am not. I'm not Twinkie colored. That's maybe
Yep.
maybe a strumpet. Maybe you know what I'm saying. You know what I mean? Crumpet or whatever.
Nah.
One of the
Nah.
butterscotch joints. You know?
You finally yellowed.
I'm not. Listen, I know some finely yellow people. I'm a burnt yellow. You know what I'm saying? I'm like a sienna, if you will. You know, I'm a khaki colored killer. You know what I'm saying?
No, that's more Perry. Perry more of a darker color. He's more of a darker.
No.
Really?
Perry is one curl away from passing for why? You know what I'm saying? From
Oh,
getting in the
wow,
jump.
wow,
That's right, my bad. Yeah.
Big O, you stupid, dog.
Wow.
You stupid.
Yeah.
So you really
He
going
the
imitate?
type of motherfucker. He the type of motherfucker back in the day, be like, I know you colors ain't coming in here.
Wait. hold up. Y'all,
Just to keep his appearance.
y'all ain't gonna imitation life me on this motherfucker, all right?
Yo,
They ain't happening.
Perry was
Tell him what
Sarge on In the Heat of the Night ass nigga. Oh boy.
Well, look, ladies and gentlemen, look, this is the Democracy and Freaknik edition. I know the words democracy and the words Freaknik. Don't worry, we gonna show you how it's gonna blend. All right, but look, remember you can catch Straight to Tape Tuesdays, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, right here on YouTube, on Facebook Live, and on Twitch. The audio version is Straight to Tape, which is powered by Acast. You can catch on all of your favorite podcasting platforms: Apple Podcasts, iHeartRadio, Spotify, Amazon Music, and Google Podcasts. Remember to make sure you're following us on our social media platforms, that being IG, that being Twitter, and that being Facebook, Straight to Tape, and of course, S2T Media. That's big O, shut up!
They are cooking your ass in the comments, bro.
What the hell? I'm trying to play it straight, and you're really cooking me in the comments.
You know what?
You know if I ain't
bro.
look. You know if I ain't say nothing. You know if I ain't say nothing. Something was going on. You know, I had to put my head down, bro. I had to put my head down.
Oh, they're cooking your ass in the comments.
Wow.
He said you to wish Abron out this mug.
Really, y'all, really.
I don't want to work for my daddy and sell cars.
Oh God.
Man, you know what? Yo, let's get to the democracy portion, okay? You know how we do each week. We take a look at some of the stories that are going on in the news today in a section of the show that we like to call the headline grab.
Oh, that's new. That looks nice.
You like that?
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah, I thought we played with something a little bit new. All right, so here's the big story. Tennessee House expels members after gun reform protests. So, this past Thursday, the Tennessee the State House, brought 3 of their members up on expulsion charges after they led a gun reform protest on the floor of the Tennessee State House, and this was about a week after the tragic shooting at that private school in Nashville. Brother in the middle is Representative Justin Jones,
AKA Slim Al Sharpton.
he represents represents the Nashville area. On the right, brother with the afro, that's Justin Pearson. He represents Memphis. On the
Jackson
left,
Jr.
Jackson Jr.
on the left,
Michael from Good Times head ass nigga.
and on the left is Gloria Johnson. She represents Knoxville.
Roxanne looking.
So the State House brought them up on expulsion charges because of the protest that they led, and in the end, 2 were expelled from the State House. Of course, y'all can guess which 2 were expelled. Gloria Johnson missed expulsion by 1 vote. You have to have 2/3 of the House vote for it to pass, and she missed it by 1 vote. And and afterwards, when she was asked by the media why she didn't get expelled, I mean, she was honest about it and said it probably had something to do with my race.
Yep.
Yeah, she kept it real on that one. She did.
Super duper real.
Yep, she really did. Now, the 2 young brothers, they were the youngest members of the Tennessee State House. Just, when I mean just elected, I mean just elected for at the beginning of this year. They just started in January. Okay, when they spoke to the Tennessee Speaker of the House, and I saw them speak to this dude on CNN, and one of the main things that Van Jones was asking them was, well, how did you go straight to expulsion? What happened to censure?
Right.
What happened to all of the other things that go before you take the drastic move to expulsion? And the reason that he gave was because of the disruptive nature that Pearson and Jones have brought since they've been in the House.
Ooh.
They've been in the House for 2 freaking months. 2 months. 2 months. Look, guys.
Hold on.
Look, man, you just can't
Yep,
have a picture of Joe Biden and Kendrick Lamar right next to each other. You just can't do that.
Listen, when I'm gonna say this right here, and I think because I like to read between the lines, because everybody like to see. Now let's take that. Let's talk about what he really means. Let's pull that back. What he said, right? Let's pull it back. He said they're disruptive. They're the disruptive nature because you know what you got. You got 2 intelligent, young African-American men that ain't taking your shit.
Well spoken.
That's what it is. So they came in and they're not playing the game. They're not playing the what they call it, the good old boys game. Right. They're not good old boys. We coming in with this new agenda. We trying to make stuff happen. And guess what? If that ruffles a little feathers, fuck y'all. And that's the way to carry yourself. Because anytime you mess with a nigga with a perm and an afro, that's almost like outcast.
Yeah.
That's civil rights all day.
That's civil rights all day because when one man is well dressed with a perm and the other one has an afro,
with a dashiki,
he's like, look at you. If you look at the suit, it's dashiki-ish. Look at homeboy. If you pull that suit back up, boom, look at that suit. That ain't even. Yeah. That's a dashiki-ish suit in that black. He got the lapel.
That's a dashiki suit, bro.
He is ready, and he ain't got no beard with the mustache either. He just got a full-on stash.
Exactly.
What he's staring at? He's staring at black power, ladies and gentlemen. You know what I'm saying? Much. My man in the middle, he looked like he about to preach a sermon. You know what I'm saying? His dude messed up a little bit. You can see the edges coming out on the side.
Well, actually, Bishop, it's funny that you mentioned sermon. Actually, the brother on the right, Brother Pearson, when you listen to him talk, it is like listening to to a sermon. Brother Jones in the middle. I mean, he, community organizer, protester. This was a cat that was that before being elected, he was a community activist that made it to the state house. So think about it. He was a community activist that was already getting in the ass of power. He gets there. And they want to get in his act, and they already have the thoughts of how we gonna get him out from the minute he got there. And thank you, Key, for posting that, because I mean there have been some scandals in that house. Only 3 House members since in the past 100 and some odd years have been expelled from that Tennessee State House. And as you can see, the ones that Key mentioned here were not one of the ones that got expelled. Okay, so
listen, you pee on my desk. You pee on my desk if you want to. Oh man, okay. You laying in that. Like me and you both getting expelled. We got to go together.
Thank you.
Yeah. That's an automatic ass whooping.
What?
Automatic. That's on site, bro. On site.
I'm talking about right when you about to hit the gavel. We bring the law into case 106. I'm sorry he peed on my desk.
Pretty much.
I mean, and look. This made them. I'll say this. This made them political stars. Okay. Once this happened, they've been all over. They have been all over the, the talk route spectrum. All right.
Well, shit, they actually dominated the TV news, the news cycle for a good minute, bro.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? It was damn near around the clock.
Exactly. And just some news from yesterday, because here's the whole thing. With them being expelled, okay, it left their constituents without representation. Okay, you got at least 78,000 in the Memphis area without representation. That time it's up to the local board to fill those positions. All right, until a special election can be held. Now, Nashville did theirs yesterday. Okay, and Nashville decided to. They decided to vote to reinstate Justin Jones. So Justin Jones is going back to get his seat until a special election can be held, where he can then get his seat back full time. However, he should not have to go through this. All right. There are folks in the state house that are threatening, Memphis if they send back Pearson, with withholding funds, for schools and for renovations.
Let me tell you something, man. Let me tell you, dude. Do it. Do it.
Yeah.
Do it. Because this just doesn't hurt black people or brown people. This hurt white people too.
Exactly.
And when you start messing with school fundings and laying back stuff like that right there, see, this is all the young folks. All you doing is showing the young folks exactly what you are.
Right.
And these young and y'all are dying. Let's just be real. Motherfuckers is dying out. These young cats is coming out here, man. These young Thundercats is coming out here, and they told us. They told us this years ago. Remember that video where the young kid was like, "Yo, we're coming of age, and we're going to vote y'all out.
Yeah.
And if y'all don't get this stuff together," I'm telling you, it's a change, man. It's a change coming, bro. It's a change.
And look, it's party driven. Okay. It's party driven. That house is a Republican supermajority, which, as you can see, is that's a lot of state houses in the South are Republican supermajorities. And what I mean by supermajorities, because right now, the state of North Carolina, because one of the representatives that represented a part of Charlotte flipped party affiliations, has now given the North Carolina State House a Republican supermajority, which means that they're veto proof. Now that means if there's something that the governor doesn't like and he vetoes it, they can override the veto. And that's that's how you have a lot of state houses in the South set up. And these state houses for years have been the petri dish of what the National Party does. They float it out there. They see how they see how it works, what the reaction to it, and then put it out there bigger.
Throw shit at the wall, see what sticks.
That's what this. Look. I'm sorry. That's what this expulsion did. I think it's going to I do think it's going to backfire for a certain party for a generation. The majority of the protesters, while the expulsion hearings were going down, were young people. Okay, and not just young people of color, young people who are coming of voting age.
Right.
And as Tico so eloquently stated, they're the next that's going to get rid of you. Are gonna make
It's
that
going to be easy
difference.
because it's a whole bunch of 18-year-olds. There's a whole bunch of 18-year-olds that are there at the schools that are, you know what I'm saying, that is tired. Like, yo, children are tired of being shot at. You know what I'm saying? Children are tired of being killed. They're tired of losing their friends. You know what I'm saying? Like, me and my man was just having this conversation. It was like, it was a time that we didn't hear about.
Good point.
That we didn't hear about school shootings. Columbine started and showed motherfuckers a blueprint. Showed motherfuckers a blueprint. Because when I was in high school, that's when Columbine happened. I was just getting out of high school. And it was like, what? Someone went in a school and did what? Now, we sitting over here umpteen years later with what? Almost 1,500 school shootings, if I'm wrong. You know what I'm saying? Close to 1,500 school shootings or more.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Man, it's like those old movies back in the 80s, like The Substitute. Like hang on, you know what I'm saying? It's like that, man. Y'all just shooting
Yeah,
like that.
I actually want to speak to O's comment, okay,
Right.
about stopping him to making the distinction of a party thing. When you have a majority in power, you do have to take the distinction of a party thing. As it relates to Bob Freeman, and this is one issue that I've always had, especially when it comes to the Democratic Party. That distinction has nothing to do with party. That distinction has something to do with power and generation, because that's another issue that's always been one of the bigger issues in the Democratic Party. You have a age group, a certain generation that does not like to give up power.
Right.
I'll go ahead and say it. Baby boomers. Boomers hate giving up power.
What?
Look. They have fought the power. It's more than racism, Key. It's more than racism, because I've seen this happen within the Democratic Party amongst older black representatives from the boomer age to the younger black representatives. There's a disconnect of not giving up power.
Right.
Gen X at times say, fuck it, we gonna do what we gonna do regardless of what you say. But as it relates to power, it's hard to get them out of power. So what is Representative Maddie, if your ally has the same? That's not exactly the same thinking. Okay, it's not. I see what you're saying. I see exactly what you're saying. Oh, all right. But it's not. But at the same time, I do kind of agree with you. It is. It's not wanting to give up power, but it's also about what you do when you have that power.
Right.
You know. So, but
Uncle Ben said it best.
I mean, I think we should just do this right here. Hey, man, once you start losing touch with reality, maybe we shouldn't let you lead anymore. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's like this, like, yo, I'm not saying there's not spry 80-year-olds or anything like that, but again, an 80-year-old's thinking is not going to help no 46-year-old dude or lady or whatever in any capacity. Go ahead and move on. Go ahead and get about the way. You know what I'm saying? I don't want you to be in there for fucking 90 years. Get the hell out the way. Let somebody new come in with new.
We have to get out this. The elderlies know what's best mentality. Right. You're absolutely right. No, I agree. I throw this out there all the time. We need to just change everything, man. I don't think that people should have that much. I don't think people should have a job until they fucking die.
Right.
Because you're right, because they're out of touch with what's going on. You know what I'm saying? Or if that's not the case, then let them deal with the problems that we have to deal with. Let's take that fucking let's take that insurance away. That healthcare shit y'all got. That free healthcare that y'all got. That miraculous healthcare y'all got. Let's take that away. Let's start, you know what I'm saying, when y'all take vacations instead of working, let's dock that pay. Let's do that.
Exactly.
Let's do that. So when you feel the how can you fight for the people when you don't feel the pain for the people?
No,
Right.
look, totally agree. Totally agree. Yo, can we you mind if
And
we
talking about pain, let's talk about some Freaknik.
No, not yet, not yet. Because before we go down that road, I just want to bring another voice into this conversation, okay? And of course, this is family. This is family. Definitely friend of the show. You should check out his show, Real Talk Live, which you can normally catch on Wednesday nights. Normally around 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Ladies and gentlemen, Devron Benjamin is in the building. What's up, Dev?
Oh,
Not call it. What's going
What
on,
up?
family?
what's going
Ew.
One
on,
love to all of
man?
y'all. How y'all doing?
Good,
Maintaining,
man.
brother. How you doing, man?
I was cracking up when I was backstage when I learned about Sarge, and then the rest of y'all just took off from there, man. Y'all just going in early. I said, "Oh, they not waiting tonight."
Nah,
Already know.
Yeah,
bro.
that's
Nah,
right.
man.
Yeah.
But Dev, I know you've been checking it out as well, man. What have been your thoughts on what's been going on in Tennessee, bro?
I'm so happy to see what they're doing. Those young brothers. I'm just saluting them. I'm just saluting and sending positive energy. And I definitely am. I'm a fan now. I mean, I wasn't too familiar with what they were doing prior to this. But it's good to see, some of the younger brothers and sisters step up and be unapologetic about what they feel is right. So I think it's wonderful. Also, I want to say, you're also seeing right now across the board that a lot of these folk are on code. They really on code. So when they didn't like what was happening, they voted the younger brothers out. That's the code. So my whole thing is we have to be on code. So when we
Yep.
see these young brothers standing up, we got to support them. We
Right.
got to support them. We have to be on code. And some people go, well, what is the code? Being on code is when you know something's right and you know it can affect you indirectly or directly. Stand up. Support it.
Exactly.
You need, because we had our folks, if we look at it that way, right? Our parents, they had, what I'm saying, Martin Luther King, Malcolm X. We had I guess Al Sharpton, Jesse Jackson, I guess.
No, we
And
did.
we had Farrakhan, and you know what I'm saying, and you know what I'm saying, and so this new generation, not saying that we all need somebody to, but we need those leaders, man. We need those leaders out here, and this generation need those young boys. I'm sorry, young men. I'm sorry, because I'm 52. I'm tired. Everybody just be young. If you 30 and under to me, you fucking you a kid. So 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 the new generation need it. If no, support. If show your kids support.
Right.
Shit, for all y'all motherfuckers that sat out there and marched for the Million Man March, man, and you ain't sitting around here, helping these young brothers, you're doing the dishonest to yourself.
Exactly. And you know, and we just don't need them on the activist level. That's where it starts. Okay.
Right.
But you have to get to policy and power. Okay, because policy and power is what generates change. I'll say this. That's what generates change. It starts from the activism plane, because it has to start from the activism plane to bring attention to it. All right. People, people in power don't like protest, but protest is there so that you can see so that the problem can be brought to light. So yeah, Look, yeah.
Yeah, gonna right. Cause let me tell you, Dev has always been that way, man. Dev has been militant as motherfucker, yo. I remember in St. Aug, man, like the fish was fried real soggy, and he had a whole protest going on for them. He wanted to fry that fish extra hard, son. He was like, yo, we was all sitting out protesting. He was like, fry hard, fry not at all. You know what I'm saying? I remember that, Dev. Appreciate that, bro.
Chico, you wild, man. That is not why we protested back in the 90s.
Fish Fridays was on point, son. Fish Fridays was on point, son.
Yeah,
I'm messing around. I'm joking. I'm joking, man.
We were young and protesting, and we were also downtown protesting when
oh no,
group, we was right
they
there.
don't remember that. They don't remember that, Dev. They
right
don't understand, man. But see, I'm from Raleigh, and that was a every year thing. The Klan would march downtown. They would march through Chavis Heights. They would march through. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Telling you, son.
You know what? To add to that really quick, when I came in from New York, I had only seen the Klan in black and white images, like on Eyes on the Prize, and then maybe in like magazines. Right. So to know that they were coming and to see how it went down, it really bugged me out. I was a young dude, like, yo, they are really walking and looking at us like the looks they gave us was the same looks we were giving them. And I just think maybe we were a little naive. We were young, but it was good. We didn't fear them like that. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I'm older now,
right.
And of course, when you get older, you look at things differently. So sometimes people say it's fear, and sometimes I say it's accountability. When you start having children and things are just different, it sort of helps you to understand why they say that, the warriors are the youth most of the time, because they're not fearful. They're not, or they don't have the accountability factors.
Right.
So, yeah.
Well, look, like I said, this past week has made them stars. Okay? Yeah. It's made them stars, and we definitely are going to keep an eye on them and their moves and to support as well.
I like it because of this too, Perry. And I just want to make this one point. And the reason why they're stars and everything like that, because now that the good old boy parties and all the old politicians and all that stuff, people are starting to ask the question, how make it make sense? Mm-hmm. Like people was laughing at me earlier when I was talking to my daughter about it. Like, she did something, and I was like, well, why didn't you do that? Why didn't you just do this, that, and the third? And what? No, I'm not saying you're in trouble, but please make it make sense to me so that way I can think on your level, right? When you, like you said, when people could pee on a desk and have inappropriate relations with minors and they're not expelled, but I come in with a bullhorn and a protesting manner on saying, hey, stop children from killing, stop people from running in schools and killing our children. You expel me for that. Make it make sense.
Make it make sense.
Make it make sense. Now, hold on. If y'all had a no bullhorn policy and it's completed, hey, this is what our policy is, ladies and gentlemen. Right here, it says in Section 4, Article C, you cannot be out here with a bullhorn. It's automatic expulsion. Guess what? All right, they're bad. Mm-hmm. But make it make sense. Make it make sense. Make it make more sense than, oh shit, we didn't want these two young brothers in here anyway, and we just needed an excuse to get them out of here because you know what they're doing? They're asking us to make a shit make sense. Mm-hmm. And that's one thing about it. When a youth ask old heads to, you know what, we just not like, because what it was a place and period where it was, hey, because we said it, you do it, because we said so, right? Mm-hmm. We grew up in households like that. Mm-hmm. And then now we like kind of questioning that. So when we raise our children up, our children have the mindset of, no, ask questions. Exactly. Hey, let me full on understand why this is. Oh, it ain't just because you're my parents now, because that shit flew for a long time, and that's how y'all got a whole bunch of bullshit over.
No.
Make it make sense then.
Yo, Rob.
Yeah.
I want you to have the last word on this, my brother.
What you want me to say, bro? I mean,
what you want me to add? Just had a last word, man. Come on, man. Stop. Don't do that.
Nah, man. I mean, we really didn't go into like the why this whole thing happened. Not really deeply, man. And it's it's concerning because we should all be staunch supporters of the First Amendment, man. And what was so wrong with what those people were protesting about? You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm talking about the act of them protesting. You might disagree with what they're protesting about. You might agree with it. That's one of those things that we have to come to the table on and discuss rationally. You know what I'm saying? But I mean, people's voices have to be heard, man. You know what I mean? So my thing is protecting the First Amendment, and we have seen in recent years that it's pretty much in danger.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? It's kind of in danger. It's in jeopardy. It's in jeopardy.
I would agree. I would agree. And Rob, thank you. Great words to close out the headline grab. Okay.
You know what don't close? The fucking legs at Freaknik. I'm just joking.
Okay. So
There you go.
there you go. All right. So
He did not say that.
we've discussed the democracy portion. Now, my brothers, let's talk about this whole Freaknik thing. Okay. So it was announced over the past week that a documentary on Freaknik will be coming out on Hulu. That is produced by Luther Campbell and Jermaine Dupri.
Oh,
There
Okay.
you go.
All right. So yeah.
I've been to some Luke parties.
Yeah. Exactly. So, yeah, guys, I'll say this. This is going to be interesting. What's been interesting so far has just been the social media uproar. If I could pick a better term, but uproar regarding this coming out.
Fuck that shit, Rod. I mean, fuck that shit, Perry. Look here.
Oh.
Kids gonna have to come to the realization that your mom rode that no limit tank. You know what I'm saying? You got to take that shit, yo. Yo, shit, for real. I heard comedians say that shit, man. Say, yo, you got to realize that your mom had rode that daggone no limits tank. She was booty bounce shaking. You know what I'm saying?
Tigo, before you get into moms, because it was funny, because when
It was funny because I got into a couple of them.
Shut up, Tigo. It was funny because here's one thing that I saw on social media that I'm just going to play for you real quick, okay?
Oh, shit, is this mine?
Shut up, Tigo.
Y'all, I don't know. We might be in trouble. Did y'all see Hulu is about to release a documentary about 94 Freaknik? Yes. 1994 Freaknik. Yes. They are about to release a documentary. So, I'm just, now I've been to several Freakniks. 94 was one that I attended. So I'm just praying that Jesus be a fence. I'm praying that Jesus just be a big, tall privacy fence. That's my prayer. This Easter, this Good Friday. That's my prayer. So, I will say this though. Like when they would bring out those video cameras and start recording, I immediately removed myself from the that situation. I never ever was okay with being recorded out there. So hopefully that worked to my benefit, but you never know. So the only thing I got is, if you see your girl in the documentary, hey man, at least I'm fully clothed. At least all my clothes is on. That's all I got. That's the best I got. But yeah, y'all, they about to put our business out in the street. Some of us might be on TV. So get your parental controls together. And I don't know, y'all. I don't know.
Yeah, I've been with a lot of fully clothed girls. You know what I'm saying? I said, you know what I'm saying? A lot of fully clothed girls, but they had dick in their mouth. Anyway,
Jesus.
Tico, really?
Come on, man.
Really,
Easy,
Tico?
bro.
Really?
God.
Even though he speaks the truth, but easy.
I mean,
easy,
still,
easy.
man, still.
easy. Damn.
Wow.
Damn.
Wow.
I'm sorry. I went back to '94.
Jeez.
All right. Well, look.
That's
let
when
me
you
just,
can. Yeah, I'm sorry.
You know me. Let me just put a little bit of historical perspective on this, okay? Freaknik was started in the early '80s. All right. It was and it was started, from the from the group that from the colleges that were in the area. Spelman, Spelman, Morehouse, Clark, and these were spring break celebrations. All right, it wasn't like black kids were going to Daytona Beach at that time.
Right.
Okay, wasn't like they were going to Daytona Beach at that time. So this became the party. This became the the party spot. All right. Now, with of course the other students from other schools would go down, and it would get bigger and bigger. And when the crowd grows, the crowd brings in others.
Right.
And in this instance, I mean, 94 was probably definitely the watershed moment, or as I might have referred to as a cultural flashpoint, as it related to Freaknik, because it was something and an event that, I mean, look, let's be honest, it put Atlanta hard on the map, especially as especially as it related to entertainment, and especially as it related to to hip hop. I saw this online and I thought was interesting. Freaknik was started by the DMV Club at the AUC as a gathering for HBU students, which it was for years. Many profiting off of this Hulu documentary were the ones who effed it up by trafficking women and drawing predators, so Freaknik looked nothing like its genesis. That sounds like history.
Yeah, it's crazy. So check it out. So I got to go back to a comment that I posted a few seconds ago by my cousin, by my play cousin, Justin Thornton.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yo, happy birthday, Justin, too.
Yeah, happy birthay, Justin, and fuck you.
Fuck
you, Justin.
Fuck you, Justin.
Yeah.
But he brought up like a really, really good point. A lot of the memes and stuff that have been floating around about this upcoming documentary, a lot of the jokes about people being scared about what's to be revealed, have been pretty much centered around what women have done at Freaknik. You know what I'm saying? But we ain't talking about how these dudes, you know what I'm saying, were, enabling that behavior and like he said, that's actually being general. It was a lot of predators down there.
Yeah,
bro.
it was.
Extreme.
You already know.
Extreme.
Like, yo, that picture that brings up to me is homeboy in the car when he just right here looking in the camera. We know this one. When you know what I'm saying, this guy
picture,
right here.
Yep.
Yo, it's like this, man. You dirty as fuck. You know what I'm saying? You like at the end of the day, I'm gonna tell y'all this right here. It's a lot of cats that ate the box out of strip clubs that went to Freaknik. You know what I'm saying? You know the type. You know what I'm saying? That went to Brothers 3 and drunk the soda can. You know what I'm saying? For the brothers that's in the know. You dig what I'm saying? So, but it's like this, yeah. But also, it's this right here. A lot of you guys were 19, 22, 23-year-olds. Okay? Listen, you are 46, 50-year-olds old now. Hey, man, listen, everybody got the story before they were Christian. Everybody got the story before I was saved, before I found God, before I found Buddha, whatever, before I start burning incense and worshiping crystals. Listen.
Burning sage.
You know what I mean? You sage burning. Listen, I'm going to tell you this right here. Bishop Omega, listen. All we want you to do is this right here. Because, and this is for the young folks coming up too. Look at this Freaknik documentary. Then understand you're going to have children. You're gonna settle down. You're not gonna be that person anymore that you were 30 years ago. And do not lie to your kids. Don't come up like you were some perfect person, because that's the only reason why you're nervous, because your ass done built this I was always perfect shit. And like you said, you was over there with Tico with your clothes all the way on, with doing things fellatio in situations with coronas and other things of that nature.
But Bishop, you know who's having a lot of, I'll tell you, and it's funny that you bring that up. Millennials and Gen Zers are having a field day and a ball with the release of this documentary, and calling out, and calling out the hypocrisy of their, of their parents.
Right? Can you imagine?
A whole bunch of grandmas from that mug.
What? It's a whole bunch of first ladies out here that's condemning you wearing that tight dress. Oh my God, you was out here shaking your booty in front of creation.
Yeah. I mean, like the comment I have here, Freaknik Doc is the same realm as the Woodstock Doc, but black. Yep. We're going to see some of your aunties, mothers out here being birds, but we're also going to see your fathers, uncles being straight up sexual deviants within a culture that allows these depraved actions.
That's what I'm saying. Living in the truth. See, people don't realize this, man. Growing up in the late 90s, early 2000s was a wild time, boy. Was a wild time. We were I'm telling you this right here. None of these men right here with daughters.
Oh, Bishop. You know who you sounding like right now?
What's that?
Sounding like Bill Cosby, because back in his day it was the same with the Quaaludes.
Yeah.
Right.
His days it was Quaaludes. It was the Quaaludes. It was the norm then. When you see exactly, bro. But I'm telling you, that face recognition shit about to pop off. AI shit is crazy.
It's a wild time, bro. It's like this. It's a wild time, and it's like this to navigate that joint and to be able to be not a creep during that time it says a lot to your upbringing. You know what I'm saying? Not to go full on, because I've never touched anybody that didn't want to be touched or anything like that. Mm-hmm. I just wasn't that person. First of all, I was always small, and most girls could probably beat me up. So I didn't want to catch an L. You know what I'm saying? I need to catch my street cred. So, because I like taller women. They got more reach than that. I ain't want to be Vinny from the UNITY video. You know what I'm saying? Like, I go touch Latifah and she throw me in the street. Right. You know what I'm saying?
Yo,
but
Dad,
man.
Dev. Thoughts on Freaknik being a cultural flashpoint?
I'm listening to everything that's being said and what the brother just said a second ago about that time period. Me and all my childhood friends, we're all still friends. There's a thread of 16 of us in it. Some of us are corporate America. Some of us are lieutenants. Some of us are, entrepreneurs. Mm-hmm. And the one thing that we always said, and this has nothing to do with Freaknik, but it has everything to do with the times, is if they had cameras,
boy,
for just what our life was, it would be unbelievable. It would be unbelievable. I sort of see this Freaknik, whatever you want to call it, it's about to come.
Snippet.
It's going to have a double-edged sword to it. Because now we are in the Me Too era.
Right.
And if it was the Me Too era back then, there's a lot of people that would never be seen again, or they'd just be coming home. That's just a fact. It's unfortunate. Yeah. It's just
but don't you think though? But don't you think, Dev? Okay. All right, let's throw this. Let's throw it in devil's advocate like that. Let's say it was like that, right? Mm-hmm. Of course, it would show a lot of deviance on men part, but at the same token, chicks was out there.
Let me speak to that. Let me please speak to that. The hardest talk that I've had to have with my sons over the years is not necessarily their upbringing. But I've had to tell them of situations and things that I went through, their uncles went through, where we had nothing to do with a certain situation. And then you can be thrown into a situation just by a lie, literally a lie. And you're like, I wasn't even there. I was in North Carolina. But nevertheless, it's such a different time period. So my point to them is, you can be lied on. There are, unfortunately, there have been some women that have lied historically, that have lied. And what it does, unfortunately, is for women who are victimized, or women who are being traumatized, it sort of mutes sometimes what should be the outpour.
True.
And it's just, I know a lot of good brothers, and I mean this literally, had nothing to do with nothing, and really meant the wrath of a woman's lie, because we're talking honesty.
Yeah.
So we do have that one side where, yeah, you're gonna see some mess probably with dudes that were straight up predators and should have had their should have got straight up, or should have got just politically correct, taken care of. But we also have to be honest. That deviance sort of works both ways. It's just sometimes expressed differently.
Right. So I want to say this too, because kind of speaking to Keisha's point, but we really got to talk about this too. When I say the time when we put it into, we got to talk about how women, the type of power that women have right now, and the type of ears and feelings that men have at this day and age. We can't put that on that freaking document.
Right.
We're not the same people we were 30 years ago. True, because the time it was, it's like this. The time and it was like this. This is what the norm is. So we have to go off of what was the norm. Like, no, cats was just out here being freaking whatever we wanted to do because we didn't know any better. And when I say we, I'm talking about as a society. As a society, we didn't know any better. It's just like this. Just as in a society, we don't go out there like when we be thinking about the Salem witch trials and shit like that. We would never burn any woman that we knew at a stake right now. That mentality seems ridiculous, right? It seems ridiculous. But
we were oversexed though.
Huh?
So we were overstimulated, bro.
Yeah, I mean,
we were back in them 80s and shit, nigga, yo.
Like
them 80s. Yo, exactly, man. Casio.
We had one tape that we passed around, all 5 of us. Yo, I'm gonna give it to Deb this week. Deb, make sure Perry get it after you done with it. We had one tape that we passed around.
Exactly. Crazy, man. Times change, bro.
Perry, can I add one thing to this?
Go ahead.
I never went to Freaknik, and I'm still trying to figure out why. And I'm saying that with love. Like, I don't know why I didn't go, because I didn't have a problem going. I kept thinking back. I was like, why didn't you go?
Right.
Now, let's see, 91 freshman year, 92, 93. So they were going. Everybody was going. And I was like, why didn't I go? But I'm going to tell you something. When I saw the tapes in 95, 97, 98, with my homies who did go, I was like, what in the hell? My brain wasn't wired for that. Like, I wasn't thinking about it that way. I don't know what I was thinking about. So you can hear about it. But then when your homies was like, yo, this was us down here, and you seeing thousands of people doing thousands of things. I'm like, I've been to 125th. I used to go to the Philly cookout, the Philly Greek Fest.
I went to go to Greek Fest. I was talking about that too. I went to Greek Fest.
I've been to all of those. I had never seen nothing like this. I mean, never seen nothing like this.
I'll say this, Deb.
Yeah.
Now I'm with you as well. Because I mean, I didn't go. It wasn't, I'll say this, and it probably just wasn't hip hop enough for me at that time. It really wasn't. I mean, we were hip hop snobs. Remember? Okay?
Oh yeah.
That was me. I was all Florida, but I loved all that dirty shop.
Not Tico. Not Tico.
Oh, that shit.
However, I'm old enough to remember Virginia Beach, Labor Day, 1988. I was there. And it was wild. And it was wild. The tapes that I saw from Freaknik, that was the closest that that was the when I saw it, the first thing I thought was, was Virginia Beach '88, but it wasn't as wild. I'll say, let me take it back. '88 was wild, but it wasn't Freaknik wild.
Ladies and gentlemen, the listeners that are listening right now. right now I feel like I'm in a damn black poetry right now. You know when black male poets they get on the mic and they start talking like queen, my beauty, my beauty, my queen, my queen, my queen. You know what I'm saying? Just to get ass. Let me tell you something. There's a flip side to this. There's a flip side to this, ladies and gentlemen. The reason why these dudes didn't go anywhere because they grabbed the stragglers that stayed behind. Don't get this motherfucking shit twisted. These motherfuckers is out here playing like, you know what I'm saying? I don't understand where my mojo was. No. Motherfuckers, the stragglers that got left behind.
Check him, no.
The stragglers that was left behind. Especially Rob and that Camry. Especially Rob and that Camry. You know what I'm saying?
The gold Camry, the champagne colored Camry with the rims on it, bro.
Pulling up, listening to Slum Village, trying to grab some ass. I'm trying to tell you. Look, bro. Y'all can't pull this shit against me, man.
You act like you know me. You act like you know me, nigga.
And Dev with that motherfucking camera on his motherfucking on his shoulder and shit. You know what I'm saying? I know you ain't that Freaknik. I like to document this shit. Chick. You know what I'm saying? Would you like to motherfucking see my artwork in the motherfucking what is this shit? The motherfucking room.
You act like you know me, nigga.
You're wrong, Tico.
No, I'm so wrong that I'm fucking right.
Talk about
hey, that motherfucking damn Perry. That motherfucking hey, yo, what, man?
Yo, talk about. Hey, girl, your nigga left you all alone in town and went to Freaknik with a bunch of his boys.
Exactly.
You know he down. You know he down there feeling on a whole bunch of asses and stuff. You know what I'm saying? He left you, girl.
And then
come on over here and put look. Come on over here and put your toes on my carpet, girl. Come on over here. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, that's my that's my friend. We work at the Holiday Inn reservation together.
Rob, let me light this Egyptian musk.
First off, Tico, I gave my honest disclaimer. I said I really did not know why I didn't go. Secondly, I said me and my dudes talk about that time period outside of Freaknik, and it still would have been. It was a movie. It was a movie. We can't make it up.
I think I'm the only one that's on the only joint that has been numerous of times.
Like, but you watched everybody else that didn't go.
Right. So let me tell you, man. It was a different time. Like the whole era. Like I'm surprised Martin didn't do an episode of Freaknik on Martin, because if you ever wanted to embody our culture or the way that we were living, because we were kids but we were coming of age, right? So if you ever, the Martin show is will always be classic because that is our era, which I'm surprised that they didn't do a Freaknik, you know what I'm saying, joint. It's probably been too wild. The
closest thing you got to Freaknik was on a different world, Kimberly Reese mentioning Freaknik and going to Freaknik, and at the same time her pops was coming into town.
See,
and Tico. Okay, Rob.
No, I just wanted to check Tico again because
thank you.
The only reason that I didn't go to Freaknik is because I have an aversion to abject ratchetry. That is why I elected to stay in town.
Thank you.
And probably for the reasons you stated too.
That's a game in itself. Like, see, I want to say this to the young brothers too. That is a game in itself. Because no, you could spit like you want. Like I saw this post. It's like even dudes that's sincere and woke still want to ask. I mean, at the end of the day, that's what we built for, right? It's just that if we make ourselves look a little different, like no, I only read the King's Dictionary and I speak and I only drink chamomile tea. Guess what? He's talking that shit to the women that do that shit. You know what I'm saying? It's like this. It's someone he gonna pull out of that. No,
Have
don't
y'all-
love
Come on,
them.
put your
Have you ever
toes
have,
up.
have you ever
Come on, come
have
on.
you ever watched National Geographic? Have you ever seen a snake pit when the snakes start mingling and shit together? That's what fucking Freaknik is. That's
Yeah.
all. That's all. It's just a ball of fucking snakes wrapped together, trying, you know what I'm saying, trying to grab each other. And it was like we were black salmon. We were black salmon swimming upstream or downstream, depending on where you came from. You know what I'm saying?
I
To
didn't
this
think of that shit.
to this motherfucking watering hole.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
In
To
place
mix
of
with
the
other
breed.
motherfucking salmon with salmon.
You need to breathe. That's what it is, man. We
Look.
just
Yo,
Freaknik. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Dad.
no,
Go
you
ahead.
got it. Well, I was, yeah, I think one of the biggest misconceptions about individuals who study, who've earned innocence, it's like we don't like women. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Thank you.
you know, like
Yeah.
yeah, because I'm reading this book right here. I cannot look at this woman over. No, that is the most. I never understood it. And I remember one time being in St. Aug, getting into a real bad argument with it. Actually, I wanted to punch him in his eye because he was like, "Yo, every time we come to the Black Student Forum, yo, man, you be talking all that stuff. You just do it to get women." And I'm saying, man, I just came from downtown feeding homeless people. You sitting up here missing it, like
Right.
and not to mention, a lot of us that was, on it like that, we was just cool like that. I mean, it's not my fault if a woman looks at me and
That
sees
ain't your fault. Right.
a chocolate brother
Well,
that
hold-
reads books
right.
and finds me attractive.
Can I say this right here? Can I say this right here? I want to say this right here, Deb, because this is what cats don't understand. When you read books, you talk to women that read books, and the women that read books have better sex than the women that don't read books because they explore and their minds and imaginations are open. You know what I'm saying? You have never until because remember I'm Bishop Omega. I took what I can get. So a shorty with wooden earrings and burnt incense and prayed to crystals will always because what it is, she knows her body. She's read books about this. She wants to try things. You know what I'm saying? She wants to try things. I don't want old buddy from the projects or she kissing with her eyes open. You know what I'm saying? Nobody want that. Nobody want that. You know what I'm saying? You got hair on your armpits, chick. Like, chill out. You know what I'm saying? You out here smelling like Newports and basic 100s. No, I'm over here with shorty that's out here smelling like a gypsy musk.
Rob, can I say it? No, can I say it?
What?
Do you want to share the sentiment that I'm about to say?
Go ahead, bro.
We love us some coffee house women.
Oh hell yeah! They the freaky. Let me stop.
Poetry night, exotic poetry night. If you can't do erotic poetry, then
Yo, them coffee house chicks from back in the day, boy. Them head wrap Erica Badu head wrap wearing ass. You know what I'm saying?
what?
Patchouli smelling ass with the sandalwood smelling niggas.
What was that shit? What movie was that? What movie was that? That fucking poetry shit with fucking the boy. I'll suck your fat thigh. Which one was that? What movie was that?
Talking about Love Jones.
Poetic
Yeah,
justice.
Love Jones.
Love Jones.
Let me tell you, man.
I watched that movie once a month. Go ahead.
Love Jones. Let me tell you, man. Every now and then a movie come through and just fuck the shit up for niggas. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I really had to step my game up when that fucking shit came up. You know what I'm saying? Motherfucker, I started like, oh, girls, y'all like that shit? That poetry shit? Oh, y'all like that? Let's go listen to this poetry shit. And so I started listening to the poetry shit, and I was like, okay, that's pretty cool. A lot of women, they feel, you know what I'm saying, rejected by men, but swear they pussy delicious. So I was just confused. You know what I'm saying? Because if pussy was delicious, you would have a man. But that's neither here nor there. So anyway, back to Freaknik. Hoes to the left, hoes to the right. Hoes up there, hanging on the chandelier light. Booty shake, booty shake, booty shake, drop. Hey, I know you. Shh.
Now, one thing I gotta say, one thing I know, one thing. Look, one thing I do have to say about Freaknik. Okay, Freaknik was the godfather, the grandfather. He begat the, the black. The Black Spring Breaks. It begat the biker,
But do you think? But do you think? But do you think this? Okay, on some real shit. I know I'm joking and playing a lot, but on some real shit, do you think that? Because not only are we intrigued on about to see what's about to happen, but also the others are willing to see what's going to happen. Do you think that that's going to solidify the stereotype of they're just animals? They're just, you know what I'm saying? Because if they're going to do this documentary, I know they're going to talk about 94. I don't know if they're going to do that year or they're going to just talk about the end of it or this, that, and the other.
They're going to go through. They're pretty much still going to go through 94 through 99. Okay. And to solidify the animal stereotype, anything is going to solidify the animal stereotype for those that are looking to solidify that stereotype. Okay?
What I'm gonna say is this right here: we ain't doing nothing different than they do over in Daytona.
That's exactly what I was.
We're not.
Exactly. I was about to say the same shit.
It's not anything different. It's not anything different.
But I'm just saying, but it is different. It ain't different, but it is different for us. It is different.
No,
for us, it's different.
It's not.
I mean, not for us, but for those that's looking outward is because when we look at, we be like, look at them crazy ass motherfucking white folks out there doing shit. But when they look at us, they be like, look at them deprived motherfucking sexed ass fucking animals and shit.
For those individuals that already have that energy, maybe it'll enhance that thought. But if you go to Black Bike Week and you know a week before that is White Bike Week, you already know what it is.
Right.
You look at African civilization, you look at the island of Crete, and you look at Greek civilization, you already know what it is. So listen, save me with the whole. Let me just say it like this. We talk sometimes about individuals that go to the church, and then they get to the church, and then some people go, oh well, back in the day they were. The conscious community got the same exact thing. You got a lot of individuals that was doing things at one time, learned something, or had some type of enlightenment, and they no longer do those things. And then sometimes people want to keep them in the same place. Oh, this one used to sell drugs, or this one was out there. Listen, the others can never say nothing to me about my people. Never.
Thank you.
No matter what their state, no matter what they do. No, not no matter. There's some things that they could do. Like, nah, that ain't us. That's all y'all. But overall, when we talking about that code, if we got to have a discussion behind closed doors, we can do that.
Right.
Right now, when the young lady said they're putting our business out there, I was thinking to myself, she's right. And there's probably going to be a lot of people who are going to be embarrassed. There's going to be a lot of people who might have to come to some reckoning. But we already know in our community that this existed. It's no different.
And what's going on now, right?
Huh?
Like what's going on right now. They got cameras now, like, the shit that they doing now. I mean, see, maybe this will show the young youth like, yo, if videotape lasts this long, guess how long the internet's gonna last while you doing that shit.
Can I say this right here?
AI.
No, because because they're gonna be just like this. All right.
What the hell? Come on.
I can see it now. Picture it, a viral tweet. Y'all, this is my mom. This is my auntie Sandra. When I was 17, she told my mom I was fast for wearing a dress above my knee. Then I saw the Hulu Freaknik doc during the montage of pictures, and this is why family ain't shit. And the auntie.
Why she got a do-rag on? First of all, auntie should not have had that damn do-rag on. Like
First of all, I'm mad at that cigarette close to that ass.
Right.
If she fart, everybody pulled up.
Listen, come on now, auntie. You out here with a whole stocking on your head, telling somebody that ain't a head wrap. Yo, auntie, stop it. That was bad off.
That
like
was
you
disgraceful.
you can't be next to the jersey dress. You can't be next to a nice jersey dress with the do-rag, with the bonnet. That wasn't even a bonnet. That was a support hose on her head.
Bishop, the phrase "nice jersey dress" is an oxy motherfucking moron.
You get I beg to differ, sir. I beg to differ because when Mariah Carey came out with that full length Wizards Jersey dress. We was like, yup, that was it.
Nice.
That was the one. Jersey dresses was the shit back then. Stop playing. Those and the fake Manolo Blanc boots that from Steve Madden. What?
I can't take them. I don't like loose boots. We'll talk about that later.
Loose boots.
Hey, loose
Yeah.
boots are a
Strong
whole different topic. Whole different topic.
But yeah, but I want to go off what Dev said. It's like this. I'm gonna tell y'all this right here. If you put 18 to 23-year-olds in any group together with alcohol and everything like that, they're all gonna act the same. They, you know what I'm saying? Because it's all hormones. It's like, let's get together and let's see how much we can bump bodies. We can't look like, you know what I'm saying? I'll say this right here. Everybody has a past. You know what I'm saying? Everybody did things at 18, 19, 20 years old. You know what I'm saying? My thing is this right here. Don't be sitting out here being a prude now or act like you don't understand. Because again, you know what I'm saying? I know what it is to feel like a 10-year-old. So I know what 10-year-olds do. It's like this. Yeah, they got more technology, but a 10-year-old is pretty much basically a 10-year-old. They do the same shit that I did. They open up some shit they're not supposed to open up and dump it in the sink and leave it there. Like, I'll tell you, if you got a 10-year-old, you've dealt with that shit. That's across the board. You know what I'm saying? That's how they act. So it's like this. Go ahead.
Look, just to close this out. Okay. So
Like them cheeks at Freaknik. All you gotta do is put two hands together.
Shut up, Tito. So
It's called a
right,
transition, ladies and gentlemen. That was called
yeah.
a transition.
Yeah. Millennials and Gen Zs, all right, y'all have the Freaknik documentary over
Yes.
Gen X's head. Now,
Yes.
Personally, I wish that we had that same thing over the baby boomers' heads when some of them was slutting around with the Temptations and
Wow.
you know, in the Four Tops and Martin Luther King Jr. Yeah,
I told you them tapes was coming out soon.
Yeah,
I told
I
them
said it.
tapes was coming out, son. Those
Yeah, I
tapes
said
coming out. But look, let me tell you, ladies and gentlemen, that don't make no difference about the great things that this man has done. You know what I'm saying? By all means. And I want y'all to sit there and look at the documentary and see how the government went and how they acquired all this shit, you know what I'm saying, illegally. So, you know what I'm saying? So don't take nothing past what this man has done. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of whitewashing going on around here with our history and shit. So I mean that. And it's come to the point, to the realization that, number one, we got to stop asking motherfuckers just like, yo, stop putting our history in schools. Fuck that shit. I'm telling you, man, we need to come together like a YMCA or some shit like that, after school program. And we need to sit there and teach our kids our own fucking black history, bro. Because if we sit here and wait for other folks to do it, you're going to be waiting for fucking ever. It's not going to fucking happen. They already doing the shit. My man down in Florida already trying to wash all that shit. He trying to say, you know what I'm saying? He on some bullshit like Harriet Tubman was like, you know what I'm saying? Come on up to the motherfucking damn to the north. You know what I'm saying? It's all gravy. You know what I'm saying? And not knowing the trials and tribulations of things that's going on. I'm so sorry, man. I got on some different shit. You know what I'm saying? But I'm telling y'all, you know what I'm saying? Keep your history in your shit.
Yeah,
That was the
that
quickest
was
soapbox, boy.
You know, really. I mean,
No, you good, Tico. You
Yeah,
know,
I mean, it was a tangent, Tico, but it was a beautiful tangent.
Look, man, I it's a lot of shit happening. Fucking damn, the Dalai Lama went Christian and shit this week. You know what I'm saying?
Ooh.
Like he was speaking in tongues. Get it?
Yeah.
So yeah, the Dalai Lama. Yeah, that's a whole nother
You
thing.
need his R. Kelly moment. I'm sick of
Thank
it.
you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Sick of it.
Well.
Ladies and gentlemen, look, thank you for joining us on Straight to Tape. You know, if you had any, like I said, if you had any problems, any flashback moments, or was triggered by this documentary that's about to come out, we're happy to be here for therapy.
I know a lot of people were thinking that I was going to spill names and shit, but no, your secret is safe with me.
What the fuck?
You know that? No, well, I ain't even. No.
I met this young dude today, you know what I'm saying? And I was like, man, you look familiar. He's like, I don't know you, man. You know, he was smaller than me, so I had to look down. I looked at the top of his head. I said, oh, man, I know your mama. Anyway, let's go.
look, once again, thank you for joining us on Straight to Tape. You can catch us live. 8 Tuesdays, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, right here on YouTube, Facebook Live, and Twitch. Make sure you catch the audio version of Straight to Tape on all your favorite podcasting platforms. Make sure you're following us on our social media platforms. Bishop, my dude, don't you got something going? Don't you got something going on this weekend?
I got a lot of stuff going on, man, in the month of April, man. Like, you know what I'm saying? My April's got real busy, like around by April 5th. The beginning of the month, this weekend, we're going to be out there in Greensboro at Boston's House of Jazz doing the second annual Shrimp and Grits 2023, hosted by me and my two gorgeous co-hosts, Red and Rel. You know what I'm saying? Boston House of Jazz. Y'all come on out, go get your tickets. You know what I'm saying? You can see
they couldn't put them on the flyer, just you?
No, because I got my own flyer. You know what I'm saying? Because again, I'm just not going to be, you know what I mean? Sometimes, you know,
I like the way it look like you handing the shrimp and grits out to us.
Right.
I like that. Like here you go, come on out. But you can't get it because you got to come here.
You got to come here, and it's a little bit of my beard in the shrimp and grits in that plate. You know what I'm saying? That's how I do it. If I cook for you, if a little beard comes in it, you get a little bit of Bishop Omega in you. You know what I'm saying?
Bishop, that was disgusting.
That's some Clarence Thomas shit.
That was disgusting. But who's gonna be there?
Yeah.
We got Ilpo. You know what I'm saying? OC from NC and B Squared, the materials. You know what I'm saying? DJ Ena Pop is on the joint. Candy, Sugarfoot. You know what I mean? It's gonna be a bunch of people. Remo's gonna be there. It's some other cats in there that we sprinkled in, or that I would say and them sprinkled in, or whatever for it. So it's gonna be a real dope situation, man. Y'all come out, check it out. You know what I'm saying? The first annual was last year. This is the second one. So come on out. It's going to be bigger and better than ever, man. We partying into the wee earlies in the mornings at Boston.
That would have been the inaugural. Mm-hmm. But yeah. So
okay, coffee house. You know what I'm saying? You trying to get your little coffee house right there. You know what I'm saying? Look, you know what I'm saying?
Hey, girl, come over, put your toes on my carpet.
I use inaugural instead of first annual.
Yo, look, shouts out to OC from NC. The second annual Grits Festival.
Hold on, but that's not all. Beats and Bars is coming up on the 26th. So y'all come out for Beats and Bars. You know what I'm saying? We doing that again. And also I'm doing an open mic with my girl Ashley Marie. You know what I'm saying? She's doing a no love open mic. Whatever. So come
When's
on
that,
out,
man? Let me know, man. So I can come out there. It's open mic.
You can do comedy too. It's open mic. It's comedians and everything. It's on my page, man. It's on the flyer. You know what I'm saying? You know me. You know me. I'm Flyer Bishop, baby. And also check us out tomorrow night on Intelligently Ratchet, man. And we just gonna go down there. Happy birthday, Justin, my man. You know what I'm saying? It's birthday.
Yes, happy birthday, Justin.
Yeah, happy birthday to Justin and all his muscles. Nigga, he lift Volkswagens for no reason. He's just huge for no reason. Like, goddamn, like, you know what I'm saying? I know you're a police officer. God,
he's fat now, man. That ain't real muscles. That's tight shirts and fatness. He wear a girdle. You know, on the girdle, when you lift it up, it's got Justin rhinestones under it on his girdle.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Now I really want to wrap this show up.
So you gotta be, huh? The core queen got him locked in.
Ladies and gentlemen, look, as always, thank you for joining us on Straight to Tape. We'll see y'all next week.
What's that?
Yeah, of course, we want to thank the homie Devron Benjamin for dropping in with us and enjoying our good conversation. Of course, want to thank our permanent guest host Bishop Omega for coming through. Key, thank you for holding down the comment section. So, for the social media assassin Rob the Actual, and of course for the comedian himself, Tico the Gallo. Look, I'm your man, C. Perry II. We out. We'll see y'all next week.
Ooh, yeah.